in the Arachas Super 2 series between the Typhoons and the Scorchers. It's been a very, very difficult day with a lot of wind, and unfortunately for our viewers, pictures will be at ground level due to health and safety reasons, but we're delighted that we're getting a potential game. It's very mizzly here, it's difficult, very big wind blowing, but what I'm going to do right now is take you over to the toss with Isabel, Joyce and the two captains.
Good afternoon and welcome to this Arachas Super 20 trophy match between the Typhoons and the Scorchers. With me I have the captain of the Typhoons, Orla Prendergast, captain of the Scorchers, Gabby Lewis, and match referee Kevin Gallagher has the coin.
Heads.
It's a head.
I will have Bill first.
Right, Orla, congratulations on your role as captain. You've won the toss, and what have you chosen to do?
We've decided to have Bill first. I think with the shorter format, it's important to know what you're chasing, and yeah, I think so.
So shorter format is 5 overs for those who don't know. What's the kind of tactical thinking? What's a good total?
Well, we've always got a big wind here, so that's going to be taken into account. The shorter boundary as well, so you're going to be very tactical with who you build from each end. But yeah.
Okay, well, good luck. Gabby, if you'd won the toss, would you have...
We would have had a ball first,
Okay.
but look, we'll take anything, get the runs on the board, and hopefully we can defend whatever we put out.
You were aware that there might be a lot of rain today. It might be a 5 over game. Were you thinking about what you might do overnight?
Yeah, definitely. Was in our plan, so we're ready for it, and we'll take whatever's thrown at
Any
us.
changes in batting lineup and things?
Yeah, a few changes today. We won't let them know what we're going for, but you'll see in a few minutes.
Okay, so that's the news for the middle. The Typhoons have won the toss and they're going to have a bell.
Well, Izzy, interesting out there. Probably no surprise that the Typhoons, in winning the toss, have elected to bowl in this truncated 5 over game between the Scorchers and the Typhoons. And it'll be very interesting to see, obviously, in a 5 over game, the difference. And one of the things we've seen already, Laura Moritz has been brought up to open the batting with Gabby Lewis.
Yeah, great to be here with you, Alan. Lucky enough to be here to call this 5 over game. I think the players, it's something they hate, but it's quite entertaining to watch. You never know what's going to happen. Gabby, of course, such a strong hitter, she'll be able to go at the ball from the start, which is what she likes to do. She's had to kind of play within herself the last couple of games with 50 overs. But Orla Prendergast opened the bowling here for the Typhoons, and she had a good game yesterday. 2 overs per bowler. Shot from Lewis straight away. Really well fielded from Zara Craig. She misses the stump, so all happening straight away.
Well, I think you've got to take risks at this stage, and it's interesting. It's something that, in watching the two games so far, that attacking of mid-off and mid-on is very useful, with mid-on and mid-off generally back on the edge of the circle, and Gabby Lewis straight off the mark with a good single.
Ball, really, because Sarah Craig stayed on her feet. We can see people do their long barrier too quickly there, so good to see Gabby get home. Nope. That's hit the stomach of Moritz, but goes past the keeper Amy Hunter, and it won't get to the rope. Good fielding from third man there. Good chase from Sarah Forbes.
Very good chase that, and that a good ball from Orla Prendergast. She has that knack of swinging it into the right-hander, and now one of the premier bowlers. Great rise since she's come into the Irish team, of course, at the World Cup qualifiers, where she excelled once she came into the team. There was never any doubting her ability, but lovely to see her so committed to the game.
Absolutely. Nicely played from Ritz through the legs of Georgina Dempsey at cover, but I think there'll be a lot of that going on today. Fielders backing each other up because it's so wet. There's been so much rain. It'll be a difficult outfield to field on.
Well, I think one of the things that I've noticed in the two games is that the general level of fielding has improved quite immeasurably, and it's good to see the enthusiasm between the two teams wanting to get out and play cricket. And I think, you know, this consolidation of the talent as Orla Prendergast comes in. Again,
Strongly
a very
driven, but unfortunately picks out the fielder there at extra cover.
Strong shot that again from Gabby Lewis. She'll be disappointed not to find the gap. But again, a very consolidated offside field there. Four in a circle on the offside.
It's been a difficult couple of weeks for the Typhoons. Lots of injuries. Another one, Celeste Rack yesterday, so Zara Craig comes in for her. Down the track and through cover. That one races away. The first boundary of the day for the Scorchers.
That is a glorious shot from Gabby Lewis, giving herself some room and whacking it through the offside for 4. And of course, coming off the back of being in form, it's incredible as a batter how often these things can ebb and flow. But 60 and 94, one or two little chances that went her way, but she's certainly going about her business very quickly here.
Yeah, you can see she's in form with that shot in the first over of the game. So big finish to the over here for Prendergast. Just ease to point. Chance for Jane Maguire, but misses the stumps. Larmour, it's a little bit unorthodox in her dive there.
I've seen very unconventional ways of diving, but going on 2 knees isn't one that I've seen. But again, which was the most important thing, and again, that practice ones, keeping strike rotating, and an excellent first over for the Scorchers as they advance to 9. It would be very interesting to see what sort of a total will be defendable, Izzy, in this.
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask you what you think the Scorchers will be looking to make. 40? Upwards of 40?
Well, yeah, in the mid-40s I think would be a very winnable total. And Jane Maguire coming from the Rathmines end. I've been very impressed with Jane Maguire. I think there's a lot of potential. Takes the ball away from the right-hander. And I think just volume of games for Jane Maguire will be a big thing for her.
Short, and that's a missed out there, Gabby. She probably should have let that one go through and taken the wide.
I think you're so anxious to get bat on ball. And again, Jane Maguire will probably be feeling that's one out of the way. Probably got away with a bit of murder. But again, interesting field. 4, 5 in fact at a circle. In the circle. On the offside.
Better from Maguire and a waft from Lewis. She scampers back into her crease and just has a little stretch. You know, sometimes when you miss the ball, you can blame a little bit of a twinge.
No, we won't have any twinges. No twinges. No twinges allowed. I think it's more to do with the pace. Obviously, the difference with Orla Prendergast, she's coming with the wind. Jane Maguire is facing all the elements here. A heavy breeze coming down the ground from the Conservatory Lane end.
No ball called by umpire Paul Reynolds. He's of course taken the field with umpire Aidan Seaver. Our match referee, once again Kevin Gallagher, is that has signalled a free hit. So we saw 2 free hits yesterday and 2 bowls, which was good, and of course the celebrations from some other fielders who forgot it was a free hit.
It'll be interesting to see which way Gabby Lewis here. Of course the free hit now in her favour.
I think over cover's a good option. She has to go through, and
it's
she
a very
does
good
manage
shot
to bisect those fielders. Extra cover and mid off, down the hill and over the rope.
I think what she showed the value of there, Isabel, was waiting. Obviously with Orla Prendergast with pace coming onto the ball, she showed the value of just waiting that bit longer. And the most important piece is finding a gap, piercing that. And that was something that she did very successfully in the game yesterday. I think she just found gaps between cover and extra cover.
Onto the back foot and played into the leg side. She's managed to find the gap again. There is cover on the leg side there. Orla Prendergast just has to watch that one trickle over the boundary.
Well, again, that's one of the things where there's no pace on the ball. She got herself way outside wide of off stump to find that area on the leg side, real vacant area, 3 fielders on the leg side. And sadly, it does appear that the umpires feel that conditions just aren't good enough here to continue, which is a pity, as the stumps are withdrawn, with the Scorchers 18 without loss after 1.3 overs. 1.4 overs, in fact, excuse me.
Unfortunately, that might spell the end for the game, but we'll await official confirmation of that and let you know as soon as we're made aware. Gabby Lewis, I'm sure, will be very disappointed. She started off like a train, kind of picked up where she left off yesterday. If only she'd played those shots when she was on 94.
Well, I think, again, with any of those sorts of things, she was desperately disappointed, I sense. But at the same time, you know, more importantly, she told me afterwards her team got over the line, which she felt was the most important thing. And obviously, within any game of cricket, individuals have to perform, but the most important piece within that is that your team gets over the line. But I think at this stage we're just going to have to take a little bit of cover ourselves, because it is coming down very, very heavily at the moment. So we'll say bon voyage for this present moment in time, and hopefully we'll be back with some cricket. Informed that the game has now been abandoned, unfortunately, sadly, and we hope to see you soon. Tomorrow, in fact, for the game between the Leinster Lightning and the Northern Knights in Pembroke, with a start time of 10:45 a.m. So it's bye-bye from me, and it's bye-bye from Isabel Joyce, and sorry that the game has had to come to a conclusion.